When you follow the 8 golden rules for negotiating and settling a family law case, you are dramatically increasing the likelihood that you would settle your case and protect your legal rights with an effective separation agreement or good settlement on the important issues in your case. Hi, my name is Thomas O'Malley. I'm an experienced family lawyer in Durham region. The 8 golden rules apply to both separation agreements and settlements. Golden rule number 1, you will not get everything you want. You should make a list of the important items you want in your family law case, such as your specific parenting plan, sole custody or joint custody, or a specific amount of spousal support. You might call this your wish list. Your former spouse will also have a wish list. When you are negotiating a settlement with your former spouse, you must be willing to give up less important items on your list to get the more important items on your wish list. Both spouses will have to move on certain items on their list in order to settle. In other words, both spouses must compromise to reach a settlement. If you demand that you get everything you want on your list, you most likely will never settle your case, and you might end up in court. Golden rule number 2, don't be afraid of taking the first step to settle your family law issues. You take the first step by preparing and sending a written proposal or offer to settle to your spouse. Some spouses have a fear that taking the first step to settle their family law issues is a sign of weakness. Nothing could be further from the truth. How can taking the first step to settle be a sign of weakness when you know your legal rights and you're offering a reasonable proposal or offer to settle to your spouse? If you don't take the first step and your spouse also does not take the first step, you could easily find yourself at a trial that simply wasn't necessary in the first place. Here's a fact for you. You are far more likely to settle your family law issues and move on with your life when you take the first step in settling your family law issues. Don't wait for your spouse to take the first step. They might never take that step. And, as I mentioned, you could easily find yourself on the doorstep of a draining and emotionally exhausting family law trial. You simply don't need that. Golden rule number 3, don't get personal with your spouse. What can be more difficult than trying to negotiate a settlement or separation agreement with a person with whom you were once in a serious personal relationship with? Nothing could be more difficult. I understand that. However, it's absolutely essential that you don't get personal with your spouse when you're negotiating a settlement of your family law issues. When you and your spouse are making derogatory, mean, and nasty comments to each other and about each other, you simply will not be able to settle your family law issues. How could you? It's just not possible in those circumstances. You must vent your frustrations and emotions before you start negotiating with your spouse. You might even want to consider getting counseling to help you with those issues. You must view your negotiations with your spouse to settle your case as a business negotiation. You must simply keep your emotions and frustrations out of the process. In short, don't get emotional when you negotiate a settlement with your spouse. Golden rule number 4, never refuse to negotiate. Even if your spouse is really difficult to talk to or deal with, you must try to negotiate with them. In many cases, your position on the various legal issues in your case are probably much closer to your spouse's position on these issues than you realize. If you refuse to negotiate at all, you'll never know how close you came to settling your legal issues without going to court. In fact, even if you do not settle every issue in your case, you can probably settle some of the really important issues, and making overall settlement a much easier process. I will discuss the 4 other golden rules for negotiating an effective separation agreement or settlement. and part 2 of this important topic in the next video. If you have any questions about your separation, divorce, or family law case, and you would like our help, there's a few ways to contact our office. You can leave a message on my Facebook Law Office page, visit my website at www.canadiandivorcelegaladvice.com, or call me directly at 905-434-8837. We would be happy to speak to you. Oh, by the way, did you know you can protect your family law rights and get essential information on settling your family law issues with your former spouse with daily indispensable family law advice and tips at my free Facebook group? Go to Facebook and search Durham Region Separation and Divorce Legal Support Group in the top search bar. You'll find the group and join it. Thanks for watching this video.